Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you heard a while ago, 3 days to go and the curtains will be drawn on registration and contributions into MASO Act 3. But just how are winners of Act 2 enjoying their prizes?
This car has changed my image. People call me Maso. Some people know that my title is Maso. When I'm passing in my quarter is a conduit right in the bush there after Mindong. When I'm passing all the children and everybody, Maso, I feel happy.
Plus, the roads doesn't kill, but we kill ourselves on the road. More lives were claimed over the weekend along the Yaoundé-Bafia road stretch, and Cameroonians will be telling us measures they take to ensure their safety on the highway. And out of the country, we will take you to Nigeria, the DR Congo, and Sierra Leone. And in sports, Evans Williams and Jobati will be here with our sports file. Ladies and gentlemen, those were our top stories. Stay with us. We begin this newscast by taking you into our special page of MASO Act 3.
MASO, the special page in the news.
Less than 3 days to round up with contributions and registration into Act 3 of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity. Preparations have been heating up ahead of the July the 9th raffle draw ceremony, which will take place at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex. Beneficiaries of MASO Act 2 have been recounting how these offers have changed their lives. Eratus Ndoye caught up with one of the beneficiaries of a car and now reports.
Early in the morning, I put on the radio and they started mentioning the names of winners. I heard him say, Yamka Araka. I just understood I was the one.
Astonished of such a surprise, after being awakened from the slumber of poverty, Yamka Henry has been raffled out as one of the beneficiaries of MASO Act 2, and he testified how the vehicle he won has been able to rejuvenate his life and that of his family.
This car has changed my image. People call me Maso. Some people know that my title is Maso. When I'm passing in my quarter is a conduit right in the bush there after Mindong. When I'm passing all the children and everybody, Maso, I feel happy.
Happy about how genuine the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity MASO has been and is to many, he started by recounting how his life has been out of MASO and now how he managed to be on the winning list in the previous edition.
Before I was called for such a surprise, I registered in MASO. Even though they were talking about winning of things, I didn't have the money. I went out to borrow money on interest. Fortunately, I went and paid on the very last day. I paid by 26,000. When the draws were made, I was there sleeping. Early in the morning, I put on the radio and they started mentioning the names of winners. I heard him say, Yamka Araka. I just understood I was the one.
Now entitled with a vehicle that has helped him to solve one or two problems that was as a bone in his throat, our beneficiary is now left with a little amount of money to pay it at the Run-Approved Finance SA agency to be granted full ownership of a car so that another mutualist can also stand a chance to benefit from the offer.
We are looking forward to complete what is needed to pay, and then very soon I will own the car. I'm doing my best, and I know that the first thing is to finish what I'm supposed to finish first so that the next person should benefit.
Not stereotype only in the offering of vehicles, the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity have diverse opportunities, one being the donation of scholarship.
I'm here to confirm my participation to the Tombola. I've chose the financement of my study abroad. The main reason is the offer that Run-Approved present to me, which are according with my project. I hope that maybe the 9th I will be selected for my project.
However, the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity is out to satisfy everybody and will put smile on each and everyone's face who will be raffled out during the 19th July. And MASO, we simply live as African values.
We definitely live our African values when it comes to the MASO, and July the 9th is just steps away for the MASO Act 3 raffle draw. Run-Approved Finance SA has signed a convention with the Association of Bayam Salams in Yaoundé, known as ASB. The agreement will permit the association to create an account in the microfinance as well as make all the members mutualists of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity, the MASO. Details with Fringway Crispin.
The convention between both parties was signed over the weekend during the association's General Assembly in Yaoundé. During the event, representatives of Run-Approved Finance SA handed over prizes to some of the members who came out best. Marie-Claire is one of the members of the Bayam Selam Association.
The convention that we have signed with this rent-approved bank, we are expecting much. We are liver twists. I have not known them better. I think after this convention, we will have a dialogue with them and we know them better and the way forward.
Moreover, she attests that this agreement is greatly going to improve their businesses and projects given that they lack funds.
We have difficulties because we don't have the funding. We need funding to support all these people that they are coming towards us. As B members, children, we are lacking to support them. The problems are there, but as we don't even have the means, they have not given us the means to help them.
Marie-Claire, filled with so much emotions, further outlines the different levels Renapro Finance SA is going to be assisting them.
Renapro want to support us, the farmers and the youth and women, in transformation, in marketing, agriculture and arts and culture. And we help the disabled too. In ASB, we are helping the blind people, the people that they are walking on stick like one father is here.
Worth noting that this partnership between Renapro Finance SA and the Association of Bayam Selam just ties to the Maso vision, which is that of assisting each other in order to cement the African solidarity.
Maso, that was the special page in the news.
A national awareness-raising seminar to increase sensitizations against hate speech in the media landscape in Cameroon has gone underway today in Yaoundé. Organized by the National Communication Council under the auspices of the Prime Minister, the Mechanism for Eradicating Hate Speech in Cameroonian Media Symposium brought together media practitioners, civil society organizations, and representatives of public administrations, among others. Let's listen to Minister René Emmanuel Sadi, personal representative of the Prime Minister, as he opens the seminar. The communication boss spoke on the microphone of our reporter, Annie Lisette Ambassa.
We organized a conference to tell our compatriots that we should be careful because these phenomena can jeopardize our living together, our stability of our institutions. And I think that I'm glad today to see that a lot of our compatriots, Cameroonians, are being conscious of that threat, of that danger. And I think you can ascertain the fact that we are mobilizing to say stop to that phenomenon which is dangerous. And today there's a seminar which is organized by the National Council of Communication, and I came on behalf of the Prime Minister of the government to preside over the ceremony launching of this seminar. And I think I have to congratulate the President of the National Council because it's a very good initiative, and we think that media professionals would be a good chance to promote further our message so that Cameroon should be conscious of the fact that we have to preserve all that we achieved, that is unity, stability, and to remain what we are. We are known as a country where people are living together with their differences. Our diversity should not be a factor of division, but should be a matter of pride.
Today is being observed as the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, celebrated under the theme People First, Stop Stigma and Discrimination, Strengthen Prevention for the year 2023. This day is aimed at strengthening actions and cooperation in achieving the goal of a world free of drug abuse. In this light, Christelle Mando Konat, a human rights activist who explains the different methods of sensitization in regard to drug abuse and illicit trafficking and its efficiency. She now reports.
To combat drug abuse and illicit trafficking, the human rights activist Ateki Seita outlined what is done at their own level, both out and in the territory.
One of the things that we have done, and me particularly, has been to work with Interpol to make a presentation on the situation of trafficking young girls, especially in Cameroon, when I used to work with WA Cameroon. In terms of the drugs, I mean, we have to be able to discourage places of demand because sometimes this thing is fueled by places where people demand these drugs. So you have to fight that way, and the demand is quelled down.
The human rights activist further adds that the work should not just end at their own level, thus everyone should be implicated to fight against drug abuse and illicit trafficking.
Emphasize on sensitization of schools, make sure that there are checks, and then make sure that all these things are really clearly stated in law, that they are not legal, so that people don't get involved in them. It is very, very important. These are things that have to be combated.
Worth mentioning that drug abuse is the use of illegal drugs or the use of prescriptions for purposes other than those for which they are meant to be used or in excessive amounts.
Still to come in this newscast, more lives are still being claimed on our highways, and a ghastly motor accident occurred on the Yaoundé-Bafia road stretch which consumed some lives and left several others injured. How do Cameroonians take precautions when they are on the highway?
Firstly, we should see first the security, the driver, the bus, because if the driver does not know the road, firstly, so this first shock, we can make an accident. So we should see if the bus is aware, so perfect, and so on and so forth.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to the 2 p.m. news on 88.4 Royal FM and watching us live on Facebook at Royal FM Cameroon. The Social Democratic Front has organized the National Executive Committee NEC meeting under the chairmanship of the party's Vice President, Honorable Joshua Osi, with main focus on the preparations of the late party's chairman's funeral. The NEC meeting, which unfolded over the weekend, equally postponed the SDF convention to the month of October this year. To throw more light on when the late party chairman will be buried, as well as when the convention will take place, Germain Tar caught up with the first national vice president of the Social Democratic Front Party, Honorable Joshua Osi. Let's listen to him in this excerpt.
Well, today's meeting was essentially geared towards the funeral of our national chairman. So we had one point that was looked at from various angles, and we needed to put in place working groups to be able to organize the funeral successfully, and we needed to take care of all the different issues arising from the fact of his death. So it was essentially around the death of our national chairman, which is a very, very big preoccupation for all of us at the National Executive Committee. The funeral is planned to hold, it will start on Thursday the 27th of July at the Yaoundé Multisports Complex, where we will have a ecumenical service and then go to his residence in Kolfulu. And on the 28th of July, we will go with him to Bamenda, where we will have a rally at Commercial Avenue. The convention was scheduled for the end of July, so we just postponed that note until after the funeral of the national chairman, and the party convention will hold a couple of weeks or months after. So I guess it will be around the month of October.
And as you heard in one of our top stories, about 240 experts in road safety will take part in a competitive examination in Cameroon on July the 15th, 2023. The information was made public by the Minister of Transport in order to end the endemic problems of road accidents that have been claiming countless lives. The examination is open to all driving license and road safety delegates together with road safety inspectors. Successful candidates will be trained in a variety of areas, including traffic management, accident investigations, and others. Cameroonians have begun reacting to this new information from the Minister of Transport. Get them speak in this Vox Pop.
I think it is a very good initiative, training that amount of road experts. And on another part, I think it's not going to really be effective, because after training them, they are going to go out to effectuate their different activities. And I don't think, knowing fully this country, they are not going to carry out their work effectively, or what they have been trained for, they are not going to do it effectively.
But it depends the way they train them. I hope they will be well trained and they are going to take it very serious.
Many people that drive, many of them, they don't have experience of driving, and some of them, they don't really have that habit to drive, and some don't really have that patience. So if you really do like that, it will help many civilians not to be losing their life from road accident.
And talking of road accidents, at least 4 individuals have died and several others injured in a ghastly road accident at the Yaoundé-Bafia road stretch around Ebebda, a locality in the Lekki division of the Centre region. The fatal accident, which occurred over the weekend, involved a minibus of the Miss Voyage agency and a heavy-duty truck. According to sources, the driver took off without getting enough rest, which led to the accident. Student journalist Darine Awasiri and Ebanda Leon went down the streets of Yaoundé and came back with this vox pop on the points of view citizens have regarding the accident and the measures they will take when traveling.
The first reason that will make me take an agency or that will make me not to take an agency is the history. If I'm being told that this agency always have accidents on their way, your car always get bad, I won't take that agency. I won't take that agency. And secondly, the state of the bus is physically, because there are agencies that you see their bus physically, so the quality of their buses too.
It's true you cannot have any specific measure that you will take, because even if you say that you will not go to any kind of agency, you will not also be the driver in the best agency that you will go. So at the end of the day, I think we just have to work on the state of our roads as a nation, and traveling agencies have to have the best personnel they can. They have to work on the people's morality before they employ them.
Firstly, we should see first the security, the driver, the bus, because if the driver does not know the road, firstly, so this first shock, we can make an accident. So we should see if the bus is aware, so perfect, and so on and so forth. And we should also see the road. We should also see the road, because the road is also important for us.
And following the ghastly car accident, Germaine, you look at the need of security experts on the roads with a transport trade union leader.
If in less than a month, several reports on road accidents have been recorded, the transport trade union leader Jean-Collins Defosokeng upholds that.
The main cause is that the government don't address properly road safety. And the government who is responsible for those accidents on our roads. It's because that road safety is today the property of Ministry of Transport. So we drivers are not involved. And it seems that no one can address road safety as drivers. Now, this occurrence of accidents is because there are many conditions that we have to link our hand and address it.
And to find out what's the need of security experts on our major roads, the Transport Trade Union president holds this opinion.
So we are suffering today to realize that it's only Ministry of Transport who are talking about road safety. If it's not Ministry of Transport, it is gendarmerie who are always in the roads saying they are harassing Cameroonians for road safety. We think that must stop, because it is enough. Since 2001, the President of the Republic has decided to create what we call National Transport Council.
Collins Defosokeng, notwithstanding, outlining some suggestions to remedy these high rates of accident in Cameroon.
And create road safety committee in this country. And that was institution where those partners of transport were to work together to address this problem of road accident. But till today, 22 years after, we have never met together to address such a problem. Because I myself cannot give a solution.
In this regard, the Minister of Transport has launched a competitive exams nationwide to train 240 experts in road safety slated for July 15, 2023.
Away from that story, let's talk culture in this newscast. And talking culture, we look at the entertainment industry. Cameroonian-born musician by name Libianka Kenzon Kimbom Fonjo, popularly known as Libianka, has emerged Best International Act at the 2023 BET Awards held at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles yesterday with her song titled People, which was released last December. It should be noted that Libianka is the first ever Cameroonian to be nominated for a BET Award. The BET Award is an American award show that was established by Black Entertainment to celebrate Black entertainers. Her award has come with a lot of delight as some Cameroonians share their view in the following Vox Pop gathered for us by our student interns Bate Bridget and Mbala Miris.
So the fact that Libyanka won the Best Musician Award is true that Cameroonians, as I am one, are really proud and are happy. And Cameroonians are really talented, and there are others who don't have the means or the courage to do what she does. So Cameroonians in general should keep up and should not lose faith.
I am very happy for the prize Libyanka won, and I suggest many Cameroonians also want to be like Libyanka, and for them to be like Libyanka they need to work very hard, because everything, there is no magic inside, it's just that they need to work hard.
For the first time as a Cameroonian won the award, I was very happy and very impressed, because Cameroonians have that mentality of corruption and favoritism all over, but at least this is one way to show at least that some thoughts which Cameroonians have are false. I was happy at least she has a beautiful voice, her musics are so beautiful, happy and excited, and all I have to say to other Cameroonians is to follow her path.
We take you out of Cameroon, first stop in Nigeria, where the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency has informed the Associated Press on the Trans-Niger pipeline, which operates through communities in the Eleme area of Ogoniland, which spills frequent in the region due to vandalism and lack the maintenance of pipelines, which is being determined by activists on the polluted farmland and water surfaces brightened by oil shield and dead fish milled in bleaky crude. Although the Ogoniland more than 20 years ago amid deadly unrest from residents protesting environmental damages that still sends crude oil from fields in other areas through the region's communities to export terminals. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, an electoral commission has been opened this Sunday in Kinshasa with a call for the submission of candidacies for the national legislative elections, which will be scheduled for December the 20th this year, and later will be coupled with the presidential elections for June 26 to July 15 by the contenders of the next legislature, who will submit their candidacy files with some doubts that will still persist the participation of the opposition. In Sierra Leone, the opposition presidential candidate Samura Kamara of All People's Congress has been fired at his office inside the party's headquarters on Sunday in the capital, Freetown, after voters awaited the results of a fiercely fought in a general elections. Based on the reports given by to fire tear gas consisted so as to disperse the crowd on the road. Let's come back to Talk Sports. Joining me in the studio is Evans Williams Njobati with our Monday Sports File. Good afternoon, Evans.
Good afternoon, MAPALAH ZITA.
Evans, in gymnastics, the young and elite national team participated during the Cameroon Cup at the INGS Gymnasium, with Emergence of Yaoundé taking over the day.
Yes, Zita, the events at the INGS Gymnasium saw youths of both young and elite categories on Saturday display their know-how in disciplines such as acrobatics, hall dance, and artistic gymnastics. The 6 national teams out of the 12 called up displayed in front of the FECA Gym president, Annie Flor Yekel. Let us listen to her as she speaks in the microphone of Eratus Dwe.
I'm proud of the prestation of all the gymnasts, because the level of the competition was very good. We have the new generation who comes in gymnastics, and also the elders show the level. So the example is good. I'm very well. 10 clubs, but 6 coming from 6 regions. Last year we just had 3, so 6 is good. But next competition we will have the champions and we will get 9 regions. So I'm proud to see that all the regions try to be there to participate to our meetings. Yes, because we had advices coming from the international competition. We have some encouragement because they see the level of our national team, and yes, we have the level.
We equally got the feelings of some participants at the gymnasium in this festival.
My performance, I'm proud, but some problem with my legs, but I do my best this day to step around though. Yes, I'm so proud for my team because they do their best to grow our team. This day we won all medals.
I don't know how to do like this because I had only 2 days to train. They just came and just informed us about our training, and then I was already giving up about gymnastics.
Yes, because it has been long since we were training. I don't have equipment. The crowd, they are spirit now because I like doing gym. That's why I got the courage to continue. Yes, no matter the circumstance.
In my heart, performances improves the swag. I am very happy. It's the first time I have a prize like that. Yes, I work hard with my club and we will have this prize.
Evans, let's talk football. Today marks 20 years since Marc-Vivien Foé passed on to glory, and Cameroonians still remember him.
The emblematic midfielder Marc-Vivien Foé left aside the legacy which many Cameroonians believe it has not been sufficiently observed by the country. Let us listen to these Cameroonians as they share their views in this voice pop.
Person like Marc-Vivien Foé was very charismatic, and when they talk to the young player,
he tried to really make it. They were happy there, try to promote him that he's trying to do something before he's passing, but they don't do anything. Even a statue, since all the great players are passing, we do not see no image that this is Marc-Vivien Foé's image.
Before you go, Evans, you got the names of the finalists of this year's Cameroon Cup.
They are PWD of Bamenda and Fovu Club of Baham, who will be present at the 2023 Cameroon Cup final. PWD of Bamenda sailed through after they beat Stade of Banjul 2-1, whereas Column of Ja and Lobos match against Fovu Club of Baham ended up in a dramatic post-match penalties of 12 shots to 11 after a 1-1 all tie. Let us now get some reactions from fans and coach who are very pleased with their team's performance on Saturday.
Mr. Abunde, give me team. We maintain the team.
Rendezvous, Yaoundé. PWD is a great team. We lost one of our best fans, the chairman Nijon, and we wish we carry this trophy so that we can go with the trophy.
Bon après-midi, Grégoire Chama.
Good afternoon, MAPALAH ZITA.
You have a summary of this newscast in the French language.
Masso, acte 3, la montre tourne et le temps avance. Lundi, nous sommes rendus à 3 jours de la fin des souscriptions et à quelques 13 jours du 9 juin, jour de tirage au sort qui va consacrer les bénéficiaires des différentes offres classiques et Masso Gold. C'est la microfinance Renaprove Finance SA qui continue de concrétiser ses actions de soutenir et de développer chaque secteur pour l'épanouissement des Camerounais. Hier à Yaoundé, Renaprove Finance SA a signé une convention d'ouverture de compte avec l'association des Bayam Salam du Cameroun, une convention qui va permettre la mutualisation des femmes de cette association. Et pendant que l'acte 3 de la mutuelle d'assistance et de solidarité se prépare sereinement, les bénéficiaires de l'acte 2, eux, conservent jalousement leur lot et les nouveaux mutualistes aussi aspirent à un gain le jour dit, c'est-à-dire le 9 juin prochain, palais polyvalent des sports de Yaoundé. La route a encore fait des victimes ce week-end sur l'axe Bafia-Bafoussam. Le drame à Bilik Binding, à quelques kilomètres de Bebda, a fait 4 morts et de nombreux blessés. À l'origine, une collision entre un camion et un car de transport d'une agence de voyage. À l'étranger, Congo démocratique, le président Félix Tshisekedi évoque une certaine dérive au sein de l'église catholique. Le président de la République du Congo l'a dit hier depuis son fief électoral du Kasaï oriental. Le discours de Félix Antoine Tshisekedi arrive à la suite d'un réquisitoire des évêques sur la gouvernance et le processus électoral à 6 mois des élections. Et puis, Coupe du Cameroun, c'est du football. L'affiche de la finale est connue. Elle va opposer PWD de Bamenda à Fovu Club de Baham. Les deux équipes ont obtenu leur qualification samedi dernier en battant respectivement Stade de Banjul 2-1 pour ce qui est de PWD de Bamenda, alors que donc Fovu a disposé de Colombe du Dja et là, ça sera pour la 4e fois que les deux équipes vont disputer une finale de la Coupe du Cameroun de football.